Hello. Oh, Molectory. Awesome. Are we live? Chat, are we good? Because my end still says that we are not live, and that's a problem. Um, Hopefully we're live. I don't know if I've ever actually shown the full intro sequence. It's not super interesting. All you really need to know is that, Ortega kind of got his ass kicked a little bit. Oh wait, hold on, we got an ad playing. That means, we got an ad playing, which means we've probably... Yeah, we live! Awesome. Okay, that means good. We can close out all those windows and finally get started. Awesome. Okay, hey everybody! Sorry about how long it took to get back to Dragon Quest. It's just recently I'd been more in a mood to play Yoshi than Dragon Quest, but with the, announcement yesterday that Dragon Quest Heroes 2 is getting a Western release, I just felt way more in the mood to play. So yeah, we're gonna get started. Okay, hold on. Alright, so here's the thing. We are at level 19 at the moment. We are very close to leveling up to level 20. The level 20 is when we unlock the ability to change classes at the Temple of Dharma. What we're going to do, we're going to start off by doing just a tad of bit of grinding, so that we can get our little wizard friend Sia turned into a sage. Now, why we want a sage, there's a number of reasons. For one, it's just a better class than it's basically a mage and a priest rolled into one. It can cast healing magic, it can cast offensive magic, and it's a little bit more hardy. It's slightly more hardy than a mage, but no, it's way more hardy than a mage. I think it's slightly more hardy than a priest, but not by much. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go do some grinding in the tower nearby because they have metal slimes in there, and those things are great for experience points. Now, if I remember correctly, we can go upstairs and rest up for free, which I want to do because I'm not sure whether or not there's an inn. I mean, I'm not sure what our health is like at the moment. Hello, everybody! I should say hello to everybody in the chat. Ringra, Molectory, Wonderbread, Molectory again, Mert, Soniku, Ten Satan Panji, I believe, in Hero Art. Awesome. Great to see all of you guys. Actually, if I, wait, all. Actually, you know what? We're probably fine. Let's just go straight to the temple. Said CD Phony and Ashley. Hey, nice to see everybody here. So yeah, it's great to be playing Dragon Quest again, and it's also great that we've finally gotten a confirmation that that Dragon Quest Heroes is being Heroes 2 is coming to the US. I'm honestly, well, I'm super happy about it for the obvious reasons. I believe Builders has actually been doing surprisingly well. Like, not amazing, but pretty good for Dragon Quest, which is why I'm not super surprised that we're getting Heroes 2. I don't know how well the original Heroes did, although it's not great, I know for sure, considering that you can still find day one copies in stores. If like, the version you're going to be finding is the day one copy. I don't think they ever even had reason to do a second print. So, yeah, Heroes 1 didn't do great, but Builders is doing pretty okay. So, and I'm glad that Square Enix is committed to getting Dragon Quest games out of Japan. Okay, that was weird. My TV just flashed for some random reason. Okay. So yeah, oh, we learned Stop Spell and Repel. That's awesome. But yeah, it's great to see that. That gives me hope for Dragon Quest XI, which is the next major game in the series. We'll probably, if I had to guess, get it sometime 2018. If I That's my guess, is we'll get Dragon Quest XI sometime early 2018. If we get it earlier, I'm not going to complain, but that's just my prediction, is early 2018 we'll end up getting Dragon Quest XI, which is great. Now, as for like the Dragon Quest X, because it's been rumored that that would be coming to the Switch, I'm not sure. I believe there were also rumblings that Heroes and Heroes 2 might be coming to the Switch, but Heroes 2 has been confirmed to be just... Heroes 2 was confirmed to be just PS4, so I would take that with a grain of salt. I'd be psyched. I would have been psyched to have it on the Switch because Hyrule Warriors Legends kind of taught me how much I really like having kind of taught me how much I like to have that kind of game on the go, or even just on the couch as opposed to at my TV. But you know, it just wasn't meant to be, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Actually, I believe me and Catherine really want to get started on playing Dragon Quest Heroes for you guys, like in a Let's Play format. So hopefully we can actually get that going, because that would be a lot of fun. This game is on Virtual Console when? I don't know! Oopie, that's what I'm gonna call you, sorry. I don't know when this game is gonna come on the Virtual Console. Probably never. And that's really sad. One thing that really kind of made me a little bit upset is that on the NES Classic Edition, they put Final Fantasy on it. And, you know, fine. It's an important game. It can be on the Classic Edition. But they put on Final Fantasy instead of Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior. And that made me upset, because in the grand scheme of things, NES Final Fantasy didn't really do anything but establish the franchise, which I know is still a big deal. But in terms of gaming as a whole, the original Final Fantasy is not super important. Final Fantasy doesn't really become super innovative until SNES, and I wouldn't say it became culturally relevant until I'd say it's not culturally relevant until 7, really. Not that the earlier games are bad, because 4 and 6 are great games. 4 is one of my favorite games. But 1, 2, and 3, the NES Final Fantasies, ugh. I'm sorry, none of them hold up. Especially, the second one is just a... The second one is just a poorly designed mess. That game's mechanics are terrible. The third game is playable, to be sure, but it's basically just a less good version of of Dragon Warrior 3. And the original Final Fantasy 1 barely functions as a game. Half of the spells do not work, and I'm not even trying to be hyperbole here. Literally half of the spells in the original Final Fantasy do not work. It's kind of ridiculous, actually. And yeah, when you compare that to Dragon Quest, the first Dragon Quest was literally the first RPG ever made. And where's the snowballs, ice bolt? Here we are. The original Dragon Quest is one of the most influential games of all time. And that not being on the NES Classic, while something like Final Fantasy 1 being there, it kind of rubs me the wrong way. You know? So, yeah. DV, okay, that sounds good. Okay, will do. Oh, Pete, hello. They're going to treat this just like the SNES version of Yoshi's Island. Probably. Although, at the very least, the SNES version of Yoshi's Island has a technical reason why it's not because the original the original Super FX chips are hard to emulate officially. So, well, not even just officially, they're just hard to emulate, period. So... It's hard to get a game a version of it that's close to 1-to-1 to the original. So, you know, again, I'd love to have the original SNES version of Yoshi's Island, because I haven't actually played the SNES Yoshi's Island. I've never had the chance to. And it's where's Blazemore? I think I do have the Game Boy version from the Nintendo. What's it called? The Ambassador program on the 3DS. But I haven't played it because I want to play the SNES version. That's the original version. I don't want the screen crunch and the poor quality music. Okay, it keeps doing that. That's actually getting really aggravating. Alright. It's probably got something to do with the cables. I'm gonna move Elgato a little bit. I know that it's not popping up on the stream, but for some reason my TV keeps on blacking out. And it's getting really aggravating. So, yeah, what was that? I was in the middle of a thought, and now it's gone. But, yeah, so at the very least, when it comes to SNES Yoshi's Island, there's a technical excuse. I don't get why they don't release the early Dragon Quest games on the Virtual Console. It's a low risk move, because it's not like you lose a lot of money if people don't buy the game, because you're not manufacturing anything. I don't think it's a trademark issue either, because nobody should own the words Dragon Warrior now, I don't think. So yeah, I don't know what's up. I agree though. These games should be on the Virtual Console. It's a no, I haven't played SNES Star Fox either, Pete. It's not something I have a huge amount of interest in, personally. Maybe for like a half hour, 15 minutes, if I'm like, for the historical curiosity. But as a like actual game, I have no interest to play the original Star Fox, you know? So yeah. Psychonic Sonic, hello. Okay. Let's see. Oh, nothing. Okay. What we really want to run into here is Metal Slimes. Metal Slimes would be fantastic, because if we had those, we would be able to level up really quickly. We want Sia up to level 4. Up to level 20, so we only need one more level, which probably won't be that bad. There is actually a place on the overworld map where I think it's a little bit easier to, it's a little bit safer, and there's Metal Slimes there, but they're just not as, they don't come in as big of a group. Is it this area that we need to run for Metal Slimes? I'm gonna try this floor and see if we get any more luck, because we've done a number of battles and we haven't run into a single one. So that makes me a little bit suspicious that there's, we're not in the right spot. But yeah, I'm really excited that Dragon Quest Heroes 2 is finally going to be on the Virtual Console. Not the Virtual Console. Oh man. Coming to the US, that's going to be great. The more Dragon Quest, the better. I think they recently announced Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 3 re-release too. I think we could actually be slightly likely to get that one, because I believe Monsters is actually generally more popular in the US than normal Dragon Quest, which is weird. But I mean, it's not like a Persona Shin Megami Tensei thing. I don't think, where like Persona is massively more popular than Shin Megami Tensei. I don't think it's like that, but I do think that Monsters Joker tends to do pretty well in the West, so I believe that the US that for Joker 2, the US got the professional version of that game. So I think we might get Monsters Joker 3. I wouldn't be super surprised if we did. It actually looks really weird. I watched the trailer. It's very Dragon Ball. Like with the Scouter and the kind of alien-ish world. It reminded me a lot of Dragon Ball. And I mean, obviously Akira Toriyama, it's going to remind you of Dragon Ball, but like even more than usual. It reminded me of Dragon Ball. So yeah, a Psychotic Sonic. When it comes to traditional RPGs, it's kind of weird. I'm kind of all over the place with the RPGs I like. I like Shin Megami Tensei kind of some of the time. I don't like every Shin Megami Tensei game, but I like a number of them. It's not anything like this, but the Ys series, I've only played the first 3 games, but I like those games a lot. I kind of like SMT. I like some Final Fantasies, not all of them. Like, again, like Final Fantasy 2, ugh, that game sucks. Final Fantasy 1 sucks. But 4 is, Final Fantasy 4 is like one of the best games, one of the best RPGs I've ever played. That game is phenomenal. 6 is overrated. I hate the term overrated, but I feel like people kind of spend a lot of time sucking 6's dick. 7 is also a fantastic game. 7 is better than 6. I know that in 2000 that wouldn't be a controversial opinion, but nowadays it is. So, yeah. Also, 9 I felt got overblown a lot too. Not that 9 was bad, but it was very, very slow. It took a long time for the characters to do anything interesting for me. So 9 didn't really satisfy me in the way that 7 and 4 did. So I know that's controversial, but yeah. When it comes to other RPGs, I need to expand my palette, I guess, a little bit. I need to try Breath of Fire because I believe all of the games, all of the SNES games are on the 3DS Virtual Console now. So that would be great to try. I need to play more Tales games because I've only played about half of Symphonia and there are no metal slimes in here. What the hell? We're running. Yeah, okay, we're just gonna we're gonna leave because I'm not finding any metal slimes in here. We're gonna go to game. Stop that. TV, stop just randomly blacking out. It's getting really goddamn annoying. We're gonna go to Portuga, heal up, and find metal slimes where I know they're going to appear. Anyway, I've only played half of Tales of Symphonia and all of Tales of the Abyss. Tales of the Abyss had issues. So I need to play more Tales. I'll get to that eventually. It's just hard for me to sit down for a console RPG a lot of the time these days. I believe, like, south over here is where there's gonna be, like, I believe here we can find metal slimes. But, oh god, other games. Other RPGs that I've played a lot of. Honestly, I wasn't a big fan of Super Mario RPG. I believe I've said this before, and maybe it has something to do with me playing Paper Mario first. It probably has a lot to do with me playing Paper Mario first. But I felt that Mario RPG wasn't super engaging. The translation was fine. Like, it wasn't terrible. But I also felt like the humor wasn't very memorable. It was just kind of okay. You know, I wasn't ever laughing out loud at anything like how I would in the Paper Mario games, or even the Mario and Luigi's. I'm not a huge fan of the Mario and Luigi games either, but the games are really funny, and I didn't really have that same impact with Mario RPG. I know I'm probably just pissing off people left and right with me not liking such and such games. I'm trying to think of other RPGs. I need to try Phantasy Star. That's another one that I need to try. I'm not sure what I want to do though, because I know that Phantasy Star 4 is considered an amazing RPG, but I also kind of want to try the originals just to kind of see what it started out like. These are way... Now, these enemies are given shit for experience. I think we're technically considered in the ISIS enemy zone. So we're gonna try different. We're gonna try staying to the left here. Oh God. I'm trying to think of other RPGs I've played, and I'm drawing blanks. I played a lot of Dragon Quest, is the thing. Like I went on a Dragon Quest binge when I first discovered it. This series is amazing. Here they are. I knew they were here. Okay. You need to take care of the healers because otherwise they will heal the metal slimes, and that is no good. If they heal a metal slime, that is just frustrating as all hell. But thankfully, hopefully we can get a poison needle to insta-kill one of them. Oh, Lara's faster than the metal slimes. That's actually unlikely. Now I just gotta hope that the second metal slime doesn't run away. That would make me really upset. Oh, you jerk! Okay, well, at least 2 of them stuck around. That's not terrible. Game? Okay, I'm getting really annoyed at the TV blacking out on me. That's... okay. Okay. Come on, hit. Ah! Okay, hopefully they don't run away again. Come on, come on! Yes! Okay. Okay, he only needs to... okay, the first metal slime only should die now. Yes, okay, good. Alright. So we've got at least 1 metal slime kill. That's good. We're probably gonna be coming back here again after, because we need, we're gonna need, oh sweet, we got him insta-killed. We got both. Awesome. Okay, Wax level 20 now. And Sia's level 20. Okay, good. So now we can, oh, she learned, okay, good. She learned Snowstorm too. That's a good thing that she got that before, hold on a moment. I need to check the spell list really quick. So, okay, here's the thing. We can go right now. And Dragon Quest 3 spells. We can go right now and upgrade her to Sage. But, I'm not sure if that's the best idea right now. Because, we will also want, okay, we also want her to know By-Kill, or Oomph as it's later known, and the wizard is supposed to learn that at level 21. We don't want to, if we didn't get By-Kill before we had her upgrade, then she would not learn it until the sage is supposed to learn it. So that would probably be a long time from now. So we are going to grind and hopefully get By-Kill. And once we get By-Kill, then we will be able to once we get By-Kill, then we'll level up. I'm sorry. Class change her Sia to a Sage. In the meantime, though, just so that we don't make any mistakes, we're gonna put the Zen book in her inventory right now, just so that she is the one who gets class changed and not anyone else. We're probably not gonna be doing just grinding today. I do have other things that I would like to do. But I wouldn't be surprised if we spend a good amount of time grinding. I did do some research. What the game wants us to do right now is go to Zipangu, which is this game's Japan. Excuse me. But the boss fight there is really hard. So I'm not super confident about our ability to beat him, but hopefully it'll happen. Oh, Pokemon! Oh yeah, obviously I played a lot of Pokemon. Though for some reason people don't tend to count Pokemon as an RPG. For like when you talk about a lot of RPG fans, they don't like kind of count Pokemon, or they kind of like look down on it. Kind of in a similar way to fighting communities in Smash Brothers. A lot of people don't consider Smash Brothers to be a real fighting game either. And, you know, whether or not it's a real whatever is kind of silly. Um, but, you know, some people just kind of get like that sometimes. Anyway, there were those Switch rumors about the GameCube Virtual Console finally being a thing. I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually true. A lot of people were saying, oh, we need to have the GameCube Virtual Console for the Wii U, and I was always kind of skeptical about that. I never really thought that the Wii U could handle a GameCube Virtual Console, considering that it takes a really high-end PC these days to run, it takes a really high-end PC these days to run Dolphin without lag or any other graphical issues. So, considering that the Wii U is already not the most powerful system in the world, I was not surprised that they never bothered doing a GameCube Virtual Console. But the Switch, considering that that's supposed to be more powerful, although we don't know how much more powerful, I can buy it. I can buy a GameCube Virtual Console. And of course, finally everybody will get their Melee HD and will shut up about that. And, you know, they'll be happy. I think it'd be great to get a GameCube Virtual Console because there's a lot of games on the system that I would love to be able to play on the go with the Switch, like Super Monkey Ball. Monkey Ball 1 and 2, I would love to have portable. That would be fantastic. Obviously, Sonic Adventure 2. Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door, those would both be great. Where's Infernos? Yeah, there's just, it's got a great library, and, you know, I'd love to see it happen. Did I say NPC? Probably. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think very well, unless if you have noticed. If you guys haven't noticed. Oh, wow, 30 people! That's more than we usually get for Dragon Quest. I'm surprised. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. Dragon Quest makes me happy. Oh, Malictory, you just beat Wendigo? Oh, man, dude. Wendigo is hard. He's really hard. Although, I should let you know, once you beat Wendigo, you don't need to bother with strength for the main character until, for the rest of the game. Unless if there's specific skills you want to put on him, strength is not necessary anymore. Magic is generally better for the main character, just because you can control his stats more, so, and you already get plenty of good physical options with Atsuro, and if you keep him, oh god, what's his name? Keiichi, I believe is his name. Keiichi doesn't have the best physical stat, but he does have a great, agility, which makes him great for using multi-hits, which is, it's actually really interesting thing about Devil Survivor. In most games, magic is kind of overpowered at the end game, whereas you generally rely on your physical attacks at the beginning of the game. That's how most RPGs work. The magic is stronger at the end, the physical attacks are stronger at the beginning. It's kind of the opposite in Devil Survivor, where at the beginning, like at the beginning, like the prologue in day 1, you're gonna be, using physical attacks more than magic. But throughout the majority of the mid-game, you're gonna be relying mostly on your, magic. But when you get to the final bosses, it's actually physical attacks that are more powerful and more useful. Because, most of the time when you get to the endgame bosses, the enemies don't have elemental weaknesses anymore. And it's really hard to even do, like, neutral damage with magic in Devil Survivor against the endgame bosses. But, as long as they don't have repel physical, you can use Pierce and do massive physical damage with moves like Deathbound and multi-hits. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Devil Survivor is such an interesting game. I love it. Hold on, I'm trying to... Oh, Yuzu is a great mage. She's a little bit squishy, and I hate her 3 movement. Her 3 movement frustrates me so much, but she is a great mage. I kind of go back and, depending on the route, I go back, I like her better than Midori. She's a better mage than Midori for me. But I go back and forth with her on Amane in Yuzu, because Yuzu is basically just a min-maxed Yuzu. I'm sorry. Amane is just a min-maxed Yuzu. Basically, she's got even higher magic, so Amane will probably be doing the most magic attack in the game, but she's even squishier, and she still has the 3 movement, because her ridiculous dress is hard to walk in, I guess. And, yeah, so Amane is, but sometimes, like, Amane is so squishy, though, that sometimes even attacks that, Yuzu could take and not die. Because in Devil Survivor, you know, once you get Haran, the full heal spells, like Me Diarahan, Prayer, you know, it doesn't matter how much damage you take. You just have to survive the hit, and then when you get healed, you'll be brought back up to full. So it doesn't really matter if you... But a lot of attacks, like, a lot of the times with Amane late game, you won't even survive the full turn. So, yeah. Yes, Silver EX Lucky, this is Dragon Quest III. This is the Game Boy version. This is the Game Boy Color version. There was the original NES version, which is called Dragon Warrior 3. This version's also technically called Dragon Warrior 3, but there's the original NES version, which has a lot of the kind of more irritating things about old school Dragon Quest, like the command window, some weird AI things, and also the enemies aren't animated like they are in this version. This version is based off of a SNES remake that was only released in Japan, but we did get the Game Boy version. So this is technically the newest way to officially play Dragon Quest III. Oh wait. Duh, sorry. The iOS port. The iOS port is a great port of Dragon Quest III. It uses all of the modern lingo and like the modern spells, the modern items. It uses basically everything from the original, from the modern series. It's completely retranslated. The iOS version is fantastic. It's just, you know, on the iOS, which kind of sucks because I prefer to play, like a JRPG on a phone isn't terrible, but I'd much rather play on with the controller and buttons any day of the week. So, yeah, that's the only shame about it. Dragon Quest III is a great game. Personally, I think I prefer 4, and I definitely prefer 4 and 5. But that's not to knock. 3. 3 is also a great game. It's probably a decent starting point too, as well, if you really like old school games. If you're more into more modern stuff, I would recommend starting with 4 on the DS. I think it's just a barely better start to Dragon Quest than 5, because 4, despite doing a lot of weird things, is more traditional than 5. So it would give you a better idea of what the rest of the games are like than 5 would. So, yeah. Taxman, Sonic 1 and 2. Pete, I do not... Taxman, Sonic 1 and 2 are not as good of a version. I don't care how many extras or whatever they add. I cannot play that game with a D-pad and buttons. I do not want to play Sonic the Hedgehog. I tried. Not with Taxman, Sonic 1 and 2, with Sonic CD. I tried to play that version. I really, really did, but I cannot do it with a virtual D-pad. It's just... I can't. It does not control right. If you cannot feel where you're supposed to be pressing on the D-pad in a game like that, it's not good for me. I can't do it. And I know that there are kind of third-party options to, like, plug your phone into so that you get a real D-pad, but at the point, what's the point of having it on your phone? You know, if you're gonna be doing that, put it on the goddamn 3DS. you know? So, yeah, it's, that version, if the control is not as good, therefore it is not a good version. I'm sorry. Whack is the instant death spell in Dragon Quest. In this version, it's called Beat and Defeat, because it's still using the old translation. I named Whack after our good friend Kirill, because, in Dragon Quest, there's kind of a running joke that, due to how the AI used to work in the old games, basically, the original Dragon Quest IV had this AI system where you could give your characters AI commands and then they would act in a certain way, like don't use magic or focus on healing or things like that. The only problem is that the original version of Dragon Quest IV did not allow you to use manual commands. You had to use these AI commands. So, if you had Kirill in your party, and you had the AI command set to like do some damage or whatever it was called, he would try to do the instant death spells because, you know, that's the quickest way to kill enemies. Makes sense, sorta. Here's the thing: he would still use those attacks on bosses. Bosses are always immune to instant death in Dragon Quest. So you would be going up against a boss, and Kirill would just be repeatedly casting instant death on it, and nothing would happen. He'd be wasting his turn, effectively. So, the series makes fun of this later. They kind of lampoon it. And so, after our good friend Kirill, Whack is our, we named our priest Whack. Henry, Nintendo is not going to be copying Dolphin emulation. Okay, that's straight up illegal. I know that emulating in itself is shady in the terms of the legal version, in the legal aspects of things, but stealing another person's code is a crime. Okay, so they can't. They're not just trying to copy someone else's code. That's not how it's going. I really do think that here's the thing: since the GameCube architecture isn't in the Wii U anymore, they would have to run an emulator, and running the emulator itself takes system memory. Okay, I'm sure it could have been done on the Wii U, but what the question is, would the development for that emulator provide enough of a bring back in Virtual Console sales in order to be cost effective? And honestly, I can't imagine it being that, because it probably would be difficult to get that thing running. And if they'd have to charge GameCube games for $15 probably, because Wii games are going for $20 on it, so they can't justify selling GameCube games for more than Wii games. And with the Wii U's poor sales, I can't imagine them. I can't imagine the GameCube Virtual Console selling a lot. I know it's something hardcore fans really want, but it's not something that is gonna move units. Like, nobody's gonna be like, oh man, GameCube Virtual Console, that's why I'm gonna buy a Wii U. No, that's just not how it works. And so, yeah, it's probably a lot easier for the system to run the Switch to run a GameCube emulator than a Wii U, and so there probably makes more sense for them to have one running, because if they don't have to work as hard to get it to work properly, it's not going to take as much money, and then they're way more likely to get a return on that investment, especially if they have it out early in the system's lifespan. Whereas even if they had gotten the Wii U's GameCube Virtual Console out last year, the last year, the Wii U was still not moving units. It still wasn't growing. And chances are people wouldn't have bought a lot of games, you know? I don't think if they had gotten a GameCube Virtual Console ready to go for launch, then sure. But if they're gonna get it halfway into the system's life cycle and they can't, and the system has stopped selling, it doesn't make sense. So, yeah. Ugh. Ringra, that's not a controversial opinion. Lots of Mother fans say that Mother 3 is one of the best games of all time. That's not controversial. I'm gonna pick on Earthbound for a little bit, so I'm sorry, Earthbound fans. But I feel like a lot of people say that, like, Earthbound's obscure nowadays. I have a hard time thinking that. These more, like, it's certainly no Pokemon or Final Fantasy, but it's not... Earthbound in 2016 is not the same as Earthbound in 1994. You know, Earthbound in 1994 was an obscure game. It did not sell well. There were not a lot of fans of the game. But nowadays, Earthbound is one of the most widely beloved games, classic games. It's on a lot of best games list, at least best RPG lists. And it's just, okay, good, we're almost done. But it's not, it's just, it's well known. It's gotten a lot more popular. When Nintendo was giving away codes for digital codes for Earthbound, they ran out. For Club Nintendo, they ran out of Earthbound codes. I don't know how you even do that, but they ran out of Earthbound codes. So it's certainly not obscure anymore. It's got a pretty large cult fan base. So it's not controversial to say that, like, Earthbound's a controversial series anymore. I don't know. I don't know if I'm making don't know if I'm making any sense really, but you know, like, I know it's not a secret that I'm not a fan of Earthbound. Especially after I played Dragon Quest, because I tried Earthbound before I tried Dragon Quest, and now that I have played Dragon Quest, it kind of makes me look at Earthbound very differently. But I'm not a huge fan of Earthbound. A lot of that is personal. I'm not a fan of the style of humor, of writing, or the visuals, for that matter. So a lot of it's just personal preference. Oh, we found a Luck Seed. Awesome. A lot of it's just personal preference. I admit that. So yeah, I'm kind of a grouch when it comes to Earthbound. I'm sorry. I don't mean you know. It's fine to like whatever games you like, unless if it's a Sonic Adventure 1, then you're trash! Kidding, obviously. Hold on, I'm losing my train of thought. I don't want to fight these guys, I'm running away. I lost my train of thought, but it's fine to like whatever game you like. But I'm just kind of a grouch about Earthbound, so don't let that, we are not in the right enemy zone. These enemies are far too easy. Oh, come on! These are, like... These are way easy enemies. We probably... Okay, now I haven't tried... Okay, people are bringing up Undertale. I haven't tried it, but I'm not sure if I'd really like Undertale either. Especially considering the Earthbound... The massive Earthbound influences. I don't think I'd really enjoy Undertale. Although, Ness is in Undertale. So maybe I should give it a shot, because I do like playing Ness and Smash Brothers. Poo. Oh god. I just realized that we're gonna be needing to do even more grinding after that. Okay, you know, we're going back to the tower as soon as we get all my stuff is falling over. As soon as we get Bykill, we are going to the tower because, we are not finding any metal slimes. And this grinding is getting really boring. I wanted to at least start the G-Pang stuff today. So, that means not spending all of our time grinding. Real on board? Yes, it is on the Game Boy player. Run. Ah, God! So Dragon Quest 3, and from what I can tell, most of the other Dragon Quest games have kind of an annoying run system. When you first try to run, it's a 20% chance to run away. Like, just flat. I think unless the enemies are really, really easy for your level. Then when you try again, it's a 50% chance, then a 75% chance, then a 100% chance. I don't like this because if you're running away from a battle, there's generally two reasons for it. Either you're like absolutely screwed and you need to get out of there, or or the enemies are just so easy that they're not worth your time. And so it should be easier to run away than 20%, you know? Like, especially if you're in a pickle. It should be risky, but it should be like, I'm not saying it should be a 100% chance all the time, because then you get, because that's not good either, because then you run the risk of having your game be too easy. But, the first try should be more than 20%, you know? At least 40, I think. Ringra, I do hear that Mother 3 is better than Earthbound, but, considering that I didn't really care too much about the original Earthbound, I'm just not super, interested in starting Mother 3. I know it's better, but... Okay, please tell me we got by kill. Twin hits! Awesome! Okay, cool. Now we can go class change her and then do more grinding. Oh man, the Boston Bruins are attacking. Oh no! Oh, Psychotic Sonic. That's another thing about Undertale. I know that it's not the game's fault for being overexposed, but it was all anybody was talking about for a really long time. And so not only did I kind of get sick of it before I even played it, but basically all of the plot stuff got spoiled to me because people were terrible about keeping that stuff under wraps. So, yeah. So Sia wishes to become a sage. The sexy type Sia wishes to be a sage. It may be a little tough, but that can't be helped. You're willing to confirm to train again from level 1? Yes. Oh gods, we beg for your wise approval for Sia to take a new class. Random Smitty, I say, Oh, nobody wants to change, classes. The best game to start, I believe, is Dragon Quest IV on the DS. It is a fantastic game. Okay, so let's... now she... Oh, that sucks, though. We can't equip any of her weapons anymore. That's a little annoying. The garter. Okay, so we can put this in the bag. And we can put the poison needle in the bag too, I suppose. So now we need to get her a weapon. Oh, we don't have any weapons for her. Nope. Okay, looks like we're doing some zooming around to get a weapon for Sia. Okay, let's try Zipangu. Oops. I don't know if there's actually even a shop in here, but it's worth a shot. There's an inn, I think. This is also, like, one of the only towns in the game with its own unique music. We're not going to be exploring this area too much, because yet I'll do that when we're actually starting the... Oh, wait, I don't think Zipangu has its own, shop. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, so let's try Lancel? Lancel. Yeah, that seems like a good place. Lancel seems like a good place to try. This is an item shop. Okay, we don't need items. We need weapons. Here we go. Steel whip. Oh, she can equip the steel whip. Oh, she can equip magic armor too. Ooh, that's great. Okay. Okay, actually, you want to know what we're gonna do? We get, No, okay, we've got plenty of money. We'll just get her a steel whip. I know we're not gonna be using it a ton, but it's better for her to have something than nothing. One thing that we're gonna do is, what I was thinking about, what I might do, is that since we're so close to getting, a really good sword for the hero, I was thinking that we could, wait a little bit and then, hand-me-down the steel whip, but that's a long way out, and it's only gonna save 3,000 gold, and look at how much gold we've got. You know, we're fine. Have you ever heard of or played Sakura Wars? Think of it like a mixture of a Fire Emblem game and a dating sim. But isn't Fire Emblem already a dating sim? Yuck, 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 yuck. Oh, man. Okay, let's return to the Dharma Temple and find those goddamn metal slimes. We're doing a quick Google search to check where we can find the metal slimes because, Warrior 3 metal slimes. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find okay. Okay, keep going. Okay. You know what? Let's just... You know what? I don't want to waste too much time just staring at the screen. So let's just go to the tower and, see what happens. Let's just go to the tower and look. We're gonna want Sia to parry at the beginning, because I think she'll probably die otherwise. Also, we're gonna use sleep to try to not take damage, because that would be great, yes. Even if they wake up that turn, that's still a turn where they're not hurting us. So, you know, that's great. We should be able to take them all out now, but I'm still gonna have Sia parry just for now. Okay, we've been going for less than an hour. Not as long as I thought we were. See, look. Watch how many levels Sia's gonna gain. Level 2. See, so now we know she knows heal, which is great. Level 3. Level 4. And that was just a random encounter. Like those were just oxes. Imagine what happens once we start getting some metal slimes! Oh boy. Okay, let's just focus on these guys. Even though it's risky, I'm also going to have Sia attack them, because it doesn't matter how strong she is at the moment. As long as she does some damage, that's enough, you know? Okay. So as long as Metal Slime A doesn't run away... Oh, please don't. Please don't. Oh, you jerk! Those metal slimes are gone. We got fogged. We're screwed. We're not getting them. Actually, she can still, cast spells, though, so let's see if a snowstorm can take them out. Oh, hi, Bone. I've been doing okay. I'm surprised that the metal slime is still even here, though. Oh, wait, nope, now it's gone. Okay. One unfortunate thing about the Sage is that it's got a lower HP growth. Not HP. It's got a higher, EXP requirement to level up. So while the first couple levels are going to be pretty quick, eventually it will start taking a really long time for this thing to level up, and for Sia to start leveling up, which is annoying. I think I want her at least like level 10, at least like level 12 or 13 before I go to do Zipangu, because that area is tricky. That's a dead end. I just really want to find those. I just really want to find the room with the metal slimes. Have I tried Cup of Noodles? Oh, you're talking about the product placement in Final Fantasy 15. I actually haven't looked up too much about that game too much at the moment. Level 6, awesome. Did she learn a new spell? Oh, speed up. Okay. That's what we really want is those new spells for her. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry that this entire episode has been all grinding. It's while it's better than other games from the era, it's still an NES RPG. It happens. It happens no matter what. Okay, honestly, I think these enemies are probably a low enough level that we can use Repel on them, which will make navigating the area a lot less annoying. Yeah, I don't even need Sia to defend anymore, considering how much damage the enemies seem to be doing to her. Run. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna cast Repel. And then find... I think it's in the other tower is where we're supposed to find... Robo, there's grinding in every Dragon Quest game, for the most part. It's mitigated, though. There's a little bit of grinding in 4. Like, you generally... It's a smart idea to grind up 2 or 3 levels at the beginning of every Dragon Quest game, just so that you're not gonna get smacked by everything that comes around you. But, so... but other than that, like, I don't think you needed to grind it all in 7. In 6, I don't think I needed to grind too much either. 4, like, maybe once or twice. Oh, right, it's the tower up here is where we need to go. Okay, I remember now. Sorry, I'm being really dumb. But, yeah, Dragon Quest, anything, like, after 4 or 5 generally doesn't have too much grinding, from what I can tell. Although, apparently 9 is a little bit more grind-happy than some of the others, from what I've heard. But, I haven't played it for myself yet, so take that with a grain of salt. Yeah. Yeah, okay, now I remember. Okay, I remember exactly what we had to do now. It's like we had to go up one of these towers, if I remember correctly. And then we got to the room that had all the metal slimes in it. Okay, good. I'm so glad that I finally remember where I'm supposed to be. It's like up here, I think, is where we can run into the... Okay, no, maybe not here. Over here, maybe? Yeah, I think it's this room where we can find metal slimes very frequently. Yeah, Kripig, generally speaking, that's how I run most RPGs, and I'm usually pretty okay for the most part when it comes to levels. Dragon Quest VII, I was actually over-leveled by just fighting every enemy along the way. Dragon Quest VII's an easy game. For 4 and 5, I don't think, other than like the very beginning of the game, there's a haunted mansion that you have to go through. Like that's like, and it's in the first like 3 hours of the game. Like I think that's the only thing you really would ever need to grind for. Other than that, Dragon Quest V, I don't think you need to do any grinding at all in that game. It's pretty tame. Which is good. I don't know, which is good too, because again, grinding is just very tedious. It's just like, okay, I know I can't win unless if I have more levels. And you know, there are still some things like, hold on, I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought all over the place. Okay, oh, now we get the critical hit. Thanks, Laura, you're doing a great job. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, Catherine texted me. Hello, Catherine. Okay, I texted her back. Hopefully she'll leave, hopefully she'll get on stream too and leave lab. Although I actually think that she's at her dance practice and not lab, but I don't know her schedule great, so, okay, level 8. And she learned Sap. Awesome. Level 9. Okay, and she learned Sleep. Cool. Okay, that's awesome. Does she know Heal more is the better question, though. No. Okay, well, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna grind Sia until she learns Heal more. And then we'll be good. Generally, Dragon Quest, Oh, sweet! Ah, no, they got a preemptive strike. And all of the metal slimes are gonna run away. Those jerks. Those jerks. Oh no, one of them stayed! Awesome. Okay. I don't think Namco's gonna get another character in Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest. I don't think Namco's getting another character in Smash Brothers. I think if they've got, other than like maybe Heihachi or someone like that from Tekken, but I think even that's kind of stretching it. Other than that Smash Ballot thing, they've been very picky about characters for Smash Brothers. Like, they have to be really important. Like, someone like Cloud, or Ryu, or Sonic, or Pac-Man. You know? I'd say even Heihachi from Tekken is pushing it. So, wow, I'm shocked that this Metal Slime has not run away. Come on. Come on, get him. Yes! Okay, cool. But yeah. I would love Banjo-Kazooie, but it's not happening. Ice Climbers would be great for Smash Brothers. Inkling would be great. Oh, sweet. And if the rest of our characters are getting levels, that's good, too. Level 10. Ah, no new spells. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to grind just a little bit more. Simon Belmont would be a cool character, and I can imagine that playing as Simon Belmont would be a lot of fun because the whip is such a unique weapon. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think... Oh yeah, this is one of the best. This is one of the best ones to get. Period. Okay, we're gonna do something a little risky, and we're gonna have. No, we're just all gonna go for the metal slimes. Okay. Come on, metal slime B, don't run away. Okay, good. Metal slime B stayed. That's awesome. Okay. Oh, ooh, that would be bad. Come on. Hopefully these two little shits stay. Okay, good. We got one. Oh, Sia's probably fine now. She's got plenty of... She's got, in terms of stats, she's probably fine now, but I would just really like to have heal more on her. You know, just for the security of it. Having 3 healers on your team would be fantastic. Sia was promoted to level 11. Doop, 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 doop. Antidote! Okay. Oh, Fish Sticks, you mentioned Hideo Kojima. I know it's unlikely, but I would love to get Snake back. I feel like cutting him was a real shame. I know that it's especially with what's going on with Kojima right now. I know it's not likely, but if they did bring back Snake, that would be awesome. I didn't use him much, but I always hate it when characters get cut from games, and you know, like Snake was a big deal. Him being in Brawl was a big deal. Like, that's what they started Brawl off. Like, that was the big announcement about Brawl. Like, I mean, like they announced some other characters, like Meta Knight in the first trailer, like Meta Knight, Zero Suit Samus, Pit from Kid Icarus, I suppose, was a cool retro thing at the time. But like, what other character would people get excited about? Like Meta Knight, kinda, I guess. From that launch trailer. No, it was Snake that got people really excited about Brawl, because like, oh my gosh, Snake's in the game. It's kind of the same thing with the Smash 4 trailer at launch too. It's just like, okay, what's the new character they're announcing? The villager from Animal Crossing. That's cool, I guess, but it's not super exciting. But Mega Man, when they announced Mega Man, that was a big deal. So considering that Snake being in Brawl kind of started the whole hype for the game, it's a shame that he's not, he got dropped. So, I think it would be great to have Snake back. I think that would be awesome. I know that this is kind of a long shot, but what I would like, from Smash Brothers, and they don't have to be, I would like more Pikmin representation, because you know I'm a sheep and I love that franchise. I feel like it'd be a little bit redundant to have multiple playable characters, because I don't know how they play differently, but they already have Alf and Olimar as separate skins. Oh no, I did not want to do that. No. Okay, hopefully the metal slimes don't run away. But I would love it if they added the other characters in as more swaps, kind of like what they did with Bowser Jr. You know, because if you all the playable captains in Pikmin, you've got Olimar, Louie, the President, Alf, Brittany, and Charlie. That's 6. So if you have all of the characters be their own costume slot, and then maybe have like 2 costumes for Olimar, I think that'd be great. You know, personally. We definitely could have gotten more metal slimes if I wasn't stupid there. C is promoted to level 12. Please learn heal more. Infernos. Okay, one more level, and if we don't learn heal more there, then I'm gonna drop it, because this is getting really boring. Oh good, we got the same encounter again. Yeah, this is the best spot for early game grinding, I think. Well, we're early mid-game, but soon we're gonna run into metal babbles. But like before you're ready for the areas that have metal babbles in them, this is a fantastic place to grind. I know a lot of people want Shantae and Shovel Knight in Smash Brothers, but I really think that that's not going to happen. I don't think Nintendo, especially Nintendo of Japan, sees the indie scene. Not that it's not worthy, but it's definitely not like a. They don't look at the game industry as like this is the indie scene, and and that needs representation. I think they just look at the characters themselves, and to them, those are not only are those American-made characters, and Nintendo is. It's a Japanese country, and they're biased, obviously. Like, the only character in Smash Brothers that was made outside of Japan is Diddy Kong. So, yeah, that's depressing. No, we are not attacking the Sky Dragon. We're attacking the Metal Slimes. What was I gonna say? But yeah, I think Shovel Knight and Shantae are just not gonna happen, which is a shame too, because like Shovel Knight's a plenty popular character. Like Shovel Knight sold 1.5 million units. That's more units than like Pikmin 3, for instance, which also makes me sad because Pikmin 3 might have broken 1 million units. I'm not sure, but it's definitely more sales than like Mother 3 or Earthbound, or like what's other games that like I'm pretty sure it sold better than Bayonetta 2. Shovel Knight. Oh no, Whack's gonna die. Oh god. Oh no, Sia's gonna die too. This sucks. Oh, please don't kill me. I don't want to die here. Please. Oh, come on. No! No, 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 no. That's damn it, that's half of my gold. Ah, shit. Oh, Xenoblade, yeah. I suppose. I don't, Wonder Bread, I'm interested in the world of Final Fantasy, but I don't own a PS4, and it's not a huge priority. So yeah. Oh god, this sucks. Let's go revive everybody. And you know what? I'm tired of grinding, so let's just go to Zipangu and see how well we do. Oh god. Oh, villain representation. Yeah, that would be great. I'm trying to think of a good villain to add to the roster though. From franchises that already exist in Smash Brothers, I'm trying to think. They've got Bowser, which is the big one from Mario, and they've got Ganondorf. So those two are fine, I think. Although Ganondorf really needs to get his own goddamn moveset. I kind of don't like Wolf very much, because I feel like, I know that people are like, oh, Falco and Wolf aren't clones of Fox, but they share the special moves and the Final Smash, which are the moves that people think about when they think about Smash Brothers. Not necessarily saying competitive people think that, but definitely the casual fan thinks that. So I think Wolf could be more different. And honestly, if they're gonna add a Star Fox character, I want them to add Slippy, because one, it would piss people off, and that's hilarious. And two, I actually think Slippy would be fun to play if they let him use like gadgets and stuff, like smart bombs and like twin lasers and things like that. That would be awesome. Honestly, F-Zero, I know F-Zero has a lot of characters, but I don't know if any of them are necessarily iconic enough to be in Smash Brothers. Samurai Goro, maybe, but he could get an upgrade from an assist trophy. But I'd say we'd need another... Wow, look, foreigners. I do love that they make fun of Japan's kind of xenophobia here. Well, isolationist tendencies, I guess, is a way to put it than straight up xenophobia, because that's America. But Oh, sweet, a wooden hat. So I'd say I'm glad that I have a son. If I had a girl, I would be worried that she would be made a sacrifice. Yeah, this area is pretty dark. What was I gonna say? But yeah, so for F-Zero, maybe Samurai Goro, but that's not super likely, I would say. Other franchises. DK, obviously people want King K. Rool. I would be okay with that. I'm just not a huge DK fan, so it wouldn't be exciting to me personally. I'm trying to think of other stuff that would be cool. Count Bleck isn't going to happen. They're not going to do anything from Paper Mario. If they're doing something from Paper Mario, it's not going to be Super Paper Mario. Which is a shame, because Super Paper Mario is actually a good game. Certainly a better game than what they've been making lately. I'm trying to think of other franchises that are in there. I know people want Ridley. I don't think Ridley would work for Smash Brothers. I know that like the he's too big argument is made fun of a lot. It's not that he's too big; he's shaped weird, and to get him to fight like Ridley, to fight like Ridley and look right, he would be tiny. Is I think the thing, and Ridley is, at the very least, in every Smash Brothers game, in every Metroid game, he's significantly bigger than Samus, other than Metroid 1, obviously. So I don't think he would. I don't think he'd look right. So yeah, and there's just not a lot of other Metroid characters, unfortunately. Like I mean, unless if you guys wanted Adam. Oh yeah, did any of you guys download Metroid Other M from the Wii Virtual Console? Man. Honestly, I know that that game gets a lot of hate. Like, I think it's honestly, like, one of the most overblown video games of all time. Like, people say, like, oh man, this game is cancer. It's the worst game ever made. It's fine. The story sucks, but most video game stories suck. The gameplay is fine. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's fine. I'm trying to think other villains. Tom Nook from Animal Crossing. Hades. Oh, more Kid Icarus characters. I'd be down for that. Hades would be. I think Hades would be a great choice if they make another Kid Icarus game and Hades is a major player. There too, I think it would be a great idea to have Hades. I think Palutena and Pit is a good selection from that game. Like, I know that there's Dark Pit too, but we try to pretend Dark Pit doesn't exist. Let's see. A human head? Gasp. Oh man, I love this. Please forget you saw me. Yeah, so this is the girl that was supposed to be sacrificed. No, Magnus wouldn't be a good choice. Magnus is in like 2 chapters. He's a minor character. Assist trophy spot was perfect for him. He is not big enough to be in Smash Brothers. I'm sorry. That's like saying, I don't know. Captain Toad has his own game. That's not a good example. That's like saying Poochie should be in Smash Brothers, you know? I do love that, like, this game is made by Japanese people, but they do take some time to poke fun at, like, at the Japanese culture here. Like, you don't see that. You don't see too much of Japanese people taking the piss out of themselves, or at least I haven't. So, I find that really amusing. I mean, they take the piss out of everybody, as well. Like, they make fun of the Brits, they make fun of the Americans, they make fun of the Irish. No, not the Irish. Ireland doesn't have a Ireland doesn't actually have a area in here, but they make fun of pretty much every culture that they add to the game. But I'm surprised that they did it for Japan too. So yeah. I think there's enough Pokemon. I don't think we need too many more Pokemon. Although if they wanted to add Typhlosion, I certainly wouldn't complain. God. Yeah, I'm having a hard time thinking of other good villains. K. Rool is the easiest one to think of, honestly. Yeah, so... Yeah, I know that there's a lot of rumors about Smash 4 being ported to the NX. I know. Keep calling it the NX. Being ported to the Switch. I say it's likely. I do think the system will get its own Smash Brothers eventually, but a Smash 4 port is pretty probable, I will say. Pretty probable. Anything else? Oh, sweet. Training clothes. At the very least, we should be able to sell those if they're not... Oh, no, those are weaker. Okay. And I think the Scale Shield is also a downgrade for everyone as well. Okay, yeah, well, we can sell those later. Oh, Bandana D, as much as I would like him to, I think he's also unlikely as well. I think Meta Knight, DDD, and Kirby are probably about all we're gonna get from Kirby. What is it? Yeah, she's a jerk. She's a jerk. No more Fire Emblem. Yeah, I agree with that. I think Fire Emblem's got plenty. I think Lucina. Like Robin and Robin, I think was a fantastic choice. Because Robin played significantly different than the others. Other than, and Corrin, Fates was really popular, and it was coming out right then, so that makes sense too. But, yeah, I don't think we need too many, more Fire Emblem characters. Unless if they were gonna bring in somebody who played completely differently. Like somebody with an axe, or like Hector. Hector, or that guy from the 4th game that has that spear. That people seem to really like for some reason. Oh, okay, now where are we? Well... where are we? Oh, we're here. Okay. There's really nothing that we can do around here. Yeah, we already brought up K. Rool, but really he's the other major villain at the moment. But yeah, I think we really need the Inkling. I think is the thing. We need the Inkling in Smash Brothers. Oh, Catherine texted me back. Yeah, this dungeon's really cool. Although it's a lava dungeon, so it's actually very hot. Okay, so it's not until later games where the lava tiles are an actual danger. I don't want Dark Samus. I don't want another dark version of a character that we already have. That's lazy. And also, I don't really Dark Samus is a good Dark Samus is a good assist trophy. Not really a great Oh great, C is confused. That's fantastic. Those guys can cast Teal more, those jerks. Jack, I don't think that they would do one-off villains for the most part. Like, they'd want to do something that's more iconic, I guess, you know? Which is why I don't think we'll be seeing anyone like Zant or Girhim or whatever. They want somebody who's been in Smash Brothers, not in Smash, but has been around for a while, at least when it comes to a villain, you know? Like something that represents an element of that franchise, I suppose. You know, like Bowser represents the villains of Mario, or Ganondorf for Zelda. As if it's like, I don't know, a one-off bad guy like Zant just doesn't really fit there. Really obscure characters like Duck Hunt and Ice Climbers are a little bit different. Like, especially for Duck Hunt specifically, that was mostly a nostalgia pick because Duck Hunt was super popular. You have to remember that Duck Hunt was sold with Super Mario Brothers, so it was just about, it sold just about as well. Ice Climbers are a little bit weirder, but that actually did sell okay. It was a nostalgia pick, but the protagonist of a game, even if it's obscure, still represents that game, you know? Like, Duck Hunt represents the game Duck Hunt, you know? Whereas, if you're going something with a more long-lasting franchise, and you're going to be pulling a villain from that franchise, you want to have something that's a little bit more substantial than, like, a one-off guy, you know? Oh my, look at all those metal slimes. Yeah, exactly, CD Phony. Exactly. That's, like, exactly what I was thinking. Robo, Fawful's from a spin-off. He's not going to be put into Smash either. Well, we got one. Oh, stop spell. That's actually good to have. Okay. Oh, those guys can cast twice. Can attack twice in one turn. Ugh, those. Ugh. No, actually, I think down is where we need to go, so let's explore up to see if there's any treasure. Do you know stop spell? Hopefully this works on these enemies. Kinda. Sorry about that. I had to take care of something real quick. Okay, yeah, so let's explore this area a little bit more. I might not get to the boss today. We'll see how well we're doing. I don't think that stop spell's really worth it, since it keeps on... It's only got about a 20 or 30% chance as far as I can tell. So, I might try to find a different debuff. These are the stairs out, aren't they? Yep. Okay. Alright, we've been going for a while, I think. Probably at least... At least like 2 hours. Well, maybe more closer to an hour and a half. But I'm getting a little bit tired, and I think we're getting food soon. So, I think we're gonna wrap things up a little bit. I know that today was mostly grinding, which isn't fun. But I'm glad that so many people stopped by. It was a lot of fun to talk to everybody and just play Dragon... Excuse me, just play Dragon Quest. Because this game's amazing. But first, before we log out for the day, we're going to check our mini-medals and see if we get anything new. Ooh, Half Genie Hero update. Maybe my Wii U code has come in. That would make me very happy. Okay, we brought him 30 medals. That earns you the Strength Ring, which we're not going to use. Okay, the Intelligence specs. That'll be decent. Backer code status. Okay, yeah. Hopefully it's coming in soon. Okay. That would be nice. I'd love to be able to play Shantae on the Wii U. Because I played Half Genie Hero on my laptop because I got a early access key. But, I'm not really a fan of playing games on my laptop because I have to sit up in the chair instead of lying back on the sit in my computer chair instead of lying back in. I've got a chair a little bit more comfortable. So being able to play on the Wii U would be fantastic. So I really hope that it's coming in soon. But yeah. And hopefully that means that I can get the Kickstarter stuff, like the Tinkerbat transformation. That would be fantastic. Do I intend to leave right away? No. Rest easy. Okay. So I'd like to thank everybody who stopped by. It was a fun stream. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully, we'll be able to do this again soon. Tomorrow, I want to do a Name That Tune stream, though. I don't know if we'll do more Dragon Quest or Yoshi, but I definitely want to do a Name That Tune. So, hopefully, we'll be able to get to that. And, yeah, it was great seeing everyone. I'm going to sign off now, though. I've got a couple of things that I need to get done. Alright, talk to you all later.